Welcome everybody to another edition of TalkingWithHeroes.com. I am Bob Calvert, your host, and we're still here at Kalsu, Iraq, and we're actually in a chapel here, and we're going to be talking to Chaplain Lile here shortly. But right before we get started, I want to do what I do periodically. It's very important. The way we get here is very good sponsors. So I want to thank Blackhawk.com, Newsblaze.com, MilitaryConnection.com, FreedomHunters.org, LauraBurgess.com, 5jump.com, SoldiersAngels.org, and BroadbandForAmerica.com. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little tour of the chapel here, and then we're going to sit down with Chaplain Lile, and he's going to share with us about himself, his service to our country, and his ministry here. Welcome, Chaplain Lile, to TalkingWithHeroes.com, to all of our listeners. Go ahead and hold the mic up, please. And as you know, this will be airing on YouTube and many, many other websites across the internet. And so if you could just take us around the chapel and tell us a little bit about what you do here. I'll just kind of follow you with the camera as you move.
It'll be quite a privilege, sir. Again, what you find here is our newly constructed FOB Kalsu chapel that was built and dedicated on the first day of April of this year, 2010. Designed as our push to do the national mission of drawing down our forces and handing over the country to our Iraqi partners. It's been an awesome opportunity to construct a facility that will help our spiritual needs as well. You see our chapel staff offices to the left. Again, we have quite a bit of literature that's not only been donated from our churches and our partners back home, but through the United States Army has provided quite a bit of literature for the spiritual needs of all the major faith groups that we represent, as well as the many different Christian denominations. Again, to your right, as you're panning over, you have the literature room that we have. Kind of a special feature of Kalsu Chapel is our dedicated prayer room for Muslim prayer. We have consistent prayer times all throughout the day, the 5 prayer times. And on Friday we have our own specialist, Michael Lile, who leads our Muslim prayer. The beautiful artwork on the walls came out of the mosque. That was an echo that had to be deconsecrated. The chapel of the mosque down there, we brought those fixtures up here. Special note on Michael Lile. He is moving. He just got accepted this month into the chaplain candidacy program. So 3rd Brigade will put their first Muslim chaplain into the chaplain corps. He's going to be going to Hartford Seminary the next couple of years to do the Muslim Christian program. Quite an honor. This afternoon for the breaking of the fast, we'll have our CTC come in here and a group of colleagues from Iraq will do their Muslim prayer before their dinner. So it's a great opportunity to share in this culture's rich religious heritage as well. As you move through the atrium into the major sanctuary, the sanctuary was designed off of a building in Basra, the cathedral there that was built. This was one of the great saving of money stories that the United States government can be proud of. This was the remnants of 7 different projects across Iraq that the Red Horse construction teams out of the engineers built for us. They had brought up 18 connexes. We had money already set aside for the concrete foundation, and then they went through and built just a beautiful building. The kind of the calico color came about by the different lots of wood that were from the other projects across Iraq. As we moved down through here, the pews themselves were designed out of the Scania Chapel. One thing to build a building, but it's another thing to make it home enough for spiritual worship. And we took that design, 269, and was able to take, again, wood that was left over from their projects and was able to build that. We have a conference room that's designed for Bible studies, for any type of activity, women's groups, men's groups, fellowship. Again, a lot of them, the equipment and the furniture that you see here came out of other chapels on the responsible drawdown of forces. I would say that this will become a very busy room when the third ACR comes in, because we finally got it functioning well enough to get people, as most commanders say, I want regularity, I want predictability, so my soldiers can find some type of solace in these deployments. Again, as you move around the chapel, again, you've seen the beautiful stage. That was the only design difference that you'll see from here. When you get to Basra, the folks here thought that a stage that would set it up would highlight whatever kind of ministries, whether we have dance ministries, concerts. So this was built by the ESTB Command Sergeant Major. He designed this specifically. Again, the overhead projection comes from our 203rd. I think that it's just a good blend. You've already heard the music this morning.
Yeah, it's great.
We have everything from contemporary praise to, if you were able to worship with us in the afternoon with our gospel music, to a phenomenal concert tour and the talent.
Yeah, gospel music is very good.
Oh, it's great.
Definitely
live. You have two
things
storage rooms on the side, and what we're going to do is, when the new ACR comes in, all of their 3 chaplains will be housed here. And they're going to bring their own priest. That's always a tough one for us. And he's going to have his own sacristy where he can do confessions. Again, we're the host, and he'll have his office here. Again, many of these hangings came from local art and donations. When these came out of our Polish priest that was here two rotations ago, was able to bring a lot of his stuff from the home country. But I think chaplain, the Catholic priest coming in, he'll have a good work setting for that. Again, what we'll do is, this is just simply a supply room here to the side. We'll move into where the regimental, or my role is as the Brigade Chaplain. We're going to put that office into we'll move into that for any further questions or any concerns that you have. I would say I would lift this chapel up as one of the highlights of the rotation for 3rd Brigade. We were able to offer something on the responsible drawdown for the next group coming through. And we've had some compliments, even as high as General Odierno's chaplain came down from USFI and said, well, this is the nicest chapel he's got in USD South. Again, that sounds like bragging, but our chaplain's assistants do a phenomenal job of upkeep.
This is probably the nicest chapel I've seen. This is my 4th trip to Iraq. I'm going back to Afghanistan after this 2nd time, and we've been in tents. Well, some of them are on YouTube right now, where it was just unbelievably hot inside the tent. But that's where they worship.
Yeah, you need to. Sometimes you can do a before and after picture sometime with the Twinkie that we used to worship in.
Oh, really? Okay.
And again, here you see Brother Anderson, the Brigade PAO. I know Captain Barrett's not going to like that statement, but
this is Eric. We've talked to you before.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's
Eric Anderson. There's the 30th Infantry Division.
Exactly. That's our flag that we use during our memorial events, whether they be a true memorial ceremony or a service of remembrance like this week, or if we go to our memorial services. This is where the regimental chaplain and chaplain assistant will be housed. We've moved our offices up here in the last month just to kind of get a foretaste of what they're going to have. Again, the furniture, like you said, you've seen it all over the world. I'm not sure if anything is anything that spectacular. We just take a little and make a silk purse out of the saddles here, as they say.
Okay, great.